Hey, welcome to World Code. Updates, please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon for more updates. Tonight we take you to the vast, open waters of the Eastern Pacific Ocean, a place where the darkness stretches for miles, and danger can emerge at any moment from the endless, black horizon. Under the cover of darkness, a high-stakes drama unfolded, hidden from the world by the rolling waves and the inky night sky. The USCGC Monroe, on what began as a routine patrol, suddenly picked up a fast-moving, unlit vessel on radar. A go-fast boat, notorious for smuggling contraband across international waters. These boats are designed for speed and stealth, making them a favorite tool for drug cartels. The boat ignored all hails, confirming the crew's worst suspicions. The calm night was about to erupt into a major confrontation, and every member of the Monroe's crew felt the tension rising. The Monroe's crew knew exactly what was at stake: millions of dollars in narcotics, a cartel's lifeline, and the safety of their own team. The captain wasted no time and ordered full speed ahead, intercept at all costs. The chase was on. The target was a low-profile vessel, expertly built for stealth and speed. Smugglers on board, masked and determined, were confident in their ability to outrun the law, but this time, they were heading straight into a carefully laid trap. Not only the Coast Guard, but elite U.S. military operators, highly trained and ready for action, were waiting in the shadows, prepared for any escalation. The Monroe broadcasted warnings in both English and Spanish, their voices echoing across the water. Unidentified vessel. This is the United States Coast Guard. Stop your engines immediately and prepare to be boarded. The only answer from the smugglers was a sudden burst of speed from the cartel boat, engines roaring as they tried to escape into the darkness. The smugglers made their intentions clear. There would be no surrender tonight. The operation escalated rapidly, with both sides preparing for a dangerous confrontation. What started as a routine patrol had now become a full-blown pursuit, hunter and hunted racing across the dark ocean. The Coast Guard prepared to deploy all available assets, launching fast pursuit boats and readying tactical teams for action. The smugglers, unaware of the net closing around them, raced toward their fate. On the Monroe's bridge, every second was critical. Every decision could mean the difference between success and failure. The next move would determine the outcome of this high-stakes encounter. The U.S. forces were ready to act, their training and resolve put to the ultimate test. The Pacific night was about to witness a dramatic showdown, one that would echo far beyond these dark waters. This was no ordinary boat. It was a cartel's prized asset, custom-built for smuggling, designed to slip through the darkness undetected. Every inch of its hull was engineered for stealth and speed, a testament to the cartel's relentless pursuit of profit. Hidden compartments lined the interior, extra fuel tanks extended its range, and a hand-picked four-man crew was trusted with a $42 million cocaine shipment. Each man was chosen for his loyalty and nerves of steel, knowing the consequences of failure. The plan was simple but dangerous: run dark, avoid shipping lanes, and rely on raw speed to outrun any pursuers. Every decision was calculated, every risk weighed against the promise of unimaginable reward. If caught, their orders were clear: destroy the evidence, even the boat itself. The cartel left nothing to chance. A single mistake could unravel years of planning. The crew's nerves were stretched thin. The reward was life-changing, but the risk was prison, or worse. Every wave, every shadow on the horizon could mean disaster. The distant Coast Guard cutter was a nightmare on the horizon, a silent threat growing closer with every passing minute. Still, the smugglers pushed the throttles, desperate to escape. The engines roared as they sliced through the waves, adrenaline surging through their veins. This shipment was critical for the cartel, meant to restore lost profits and power. Months of planning, millions invested, all riding on this single perilous journey. Failure would cripple their operations, leaving safe houses abandoned and labs empty, a devastating blow to their criminal empire. The men on board carried not just drugs, but the hopes and ambitions of a criminal empire. Their success or failure would echo through the cartel's ranks. Desperation fueled their every move. Every decision was a gamble, every second a test of their resolve and skill. As the Coast Guard closed in, the smugglers prepared for anything: escape, violence, or destruction. There was no turning back now. The stakes were higher than ever, with lives, fortunes, and futures hanging in the balance. The cartel's future depended on this run. Leaders waited anxiously, knowing everything was on the line. The crew's resolve hardened. Surrender was not an option. They were ready to fight, to run, to do whatever it took. Every mile brought them closer to a reckless final stand. The horizon promised either freedom or ruin. The ocean offered no guarantees, only danger, uncertainty, and the ever-present threat of disaster. The next moments would decide everything, for the crew, for the cartel, and for the future of their criminal world. Long before the Monroe made contact, the cartel boat was already under surveillance. High above, a Navy P-8 Poseidon tracked the vessel, using advanced radar and infrared cameras. The smugglers had no idea they were being watched from the sky. Real-time intelligence flowed to Joint Interagency Task Force South, confirming this was a cartel run. The P-8 guided the Monroe, closing off escape routes. The smugglers, relying only on what they could see, were outmatched. Every move was tracked and countered. The U.S. layered approach, air, sea, intelligence, left no room for error. The first sign of trouble for the smugglers was the Coast Guard's arrival, but their fate was sealed hours earlier. The unseen eyes in the sky had already decided the outcome. As the Monroe closed in, SEAL Team 8 prepared for action. Their presence signaled the seriousness of the mission, high risk, potentially violent. In a secure area, SEALs and Coast Guard Ledet reviewed intelligence, checked gear, and rehearsed their roles. The plan standard Coast Guard procedures first. If the smugglers resisted, the SEALs would board by force. An MH-60T Jayhawk helicopter, with a precision marksman, launched from the Monroe. The helicopter provided surveillance and, if needed, disabling fire on the cartel boat's engines. Coordination was key. Cutter, helicopter, SEALs, and Ledet working in harmony. Rules of engagement were strict. Escalate force only as necessary. Capture the smugglers alive. The risks were real. Cartel crews were often armed and desperate. The final briefing ended. Stay sharp, trust your training. The teams were ready. The confrontation was inevitable. The stage was set for a dangerous encounter. The chase erupted, engines roaring, the go-fast boat weaving at over 40 knots, slicing through the waves with reckless abandon. Salt spray filled the air as the smugglers pushed their vessel to the limit, desperate to outrun the law. The Monroe couldn't match the raw speed of the smugglers, but it had something more powerful: endurance, advanced technology, and crucially, air support circling above, ready to respond at a moment's notice. The cutter launched 2 RHIBs, each manned by elite Navy SEALs and the Coast Guard's law enforcement detachment. These fast, agile boats surged forward, determined to close the gap and intercept the fleeing suspects. The smugglers, glancing back, saw more boats joining the pursuit. The odds were turning against them, and they realized their window for escape was rapidly closing. The vast ocean, once their sanctuary, now became a cage, its endless blue offering no way out as the net tightened around them. The RHIBs, blue lights flashing and sirens blaring, drew closer, their crews shouting over loudspeakers, "This is your final warning, stop your vessel immediately." But the smugglers ignored every command, clinging to hope, betting everything on luck and the speed of their boat, refusing to surrender. Tension mounted with every passing second as the Coast Guard teams bounced over the waves, weapons at the ready, adrenaline surging through their veins. The rules of engagement were clear. Issue warnings first, then escalate only if absolutely necessary. The commander on the Monroe, watching the drama unfold from the bridge, saw that all non-violent options had been exhausted. The situation was reaching a breaking point. He gave the order. The helicopter was authorized to use disabling fire, aiming to stop the smugglers without loss of life. The chase was about to escalate into a direct confrontation, the tension on both sides palpable as the vessels converged at high speed. The next moments would be decisive, every second counted, and every decision could mean the difference between capture and escape. The smugglers' defiance had reached its limit. Their faces showed desperation as they made one last frantic attempt to break free. The U.S. forces, unwavering and resolute, prepared to end the pursuit, ready for whatever came next on the high seas. The MH-60T Jayhawk helicopter swooped low, its presence a final warning. The smugglers ducked but kept running. The Coast Guard marksman leaned out, .50 caliber rifle ready, aiming for the engines, not the crew. Firing from a moving helicopter at a bouncing target is a feat of skill and nerve. Tracer rounds splashed in front of the boat, a last warning. The smugglers responded with defiance. One brandished a firearm at the RHIBs. The situation escalated instantly. The commander authorized disabling fire. The marksman waited for the perfect moment, then fired. Rounds struck the engines, sparks, smoke, and a sudden loss of speed. The boat lurched, crippled, more shots, more engines disabled. Within moments, the go-fast boat was dead in the water. The chase was over, but the danger was not. The most critical phase, boarding, was about to begin. The smugglers were trapped, but not yet defeated. The U.S. teams prepared for the final confrontation. With the cartel boat disabled, the SEALs RHIB closed in. The smugglers, desperate, tried to scuttle the boat with explosives. One man rushed to detonate charges, seconds from disaster. The SEALs executed a rapid boarding, swarming the vessel. The lead SEAL tackled the man with the detonator, neutralizing the threat. The rest of the team subdued the crew, securing all 4 smugglers in under 30 seconds. An EOD specialist disarmed the explosives, tracing wires and removing charges. The SEALs' speed and precision averted catastrophe. The boat and its evidence were saved. The smugglers' last gamble had failed. The U.S. team's training and courage made the difference. The vessel was now secure for evidence collection. With the vessel safe, Coast Guard Ledet boarded to take custody of the smugglers and search for evidence. The 4 captives, now compliant, were processed and prepared for prosecution. The search began. Hidden compartments revealed dozens of bales wrapped in plastic. Field tests confirmed cocaine, the mother lode, worth millions. Every bale was counted, photographed, and logged. The loss would cripple the cartel's finances. Evidence was transferred to the Monroe, including weapons, explosives, and electronics. GPS units and logbooks promised valuable intelligence for future operations. The operation was a comprehensive success. Drugs, smugglers, and intel all captured. The ripple effect would disrupt cartel operations far beyond this night. The mission's impact would be felt for months. The U.S. teams had struck a major blow. The war on drugs had a new victory. With the smugglers and evidence aboard the Monroe, one task remained: destroy the captured go-fast boat. Leaving it adrift was not an option, it was a hazard and a tool of crime. SEALs and Coast Guard swept the vessel, then placed incendiary charges. At a safe distance they detonated the charges. Flames engulfed the boat, erasing it from the ocean. The destruction was both practical and symbolic, a message to the cartels. The high seas are not a safe haven. The operation was dismantled, the evidence secure, the threat eliminated. The Monroe's crew watched as the burning hulk slipped beneath the waves. The mission was complete. No U.S. casualties, smugglers captured, drugs seized. The Eastern Pacific was quiet again, one less ghost haunting its waters. For the U.S. teams, it was another night's work in a relentless fight. The United States had won this battle.